All right, how's everybody doing? We are going to do another quick couple of pages for this project we're working with, or dummy JSON. So once again, I'll be checking this into GitHub. You can get the whole project. So what I'm actually bringing in today is, if you can see my page, I'm going to be doing carts by user grid, and then the carts detail page. So that's what we're going to be creating today. So basically, this is what the app looks like. Okay, so here it is. So let's go back out to the front. You know, this is the dashboard. You're probably familiar with this if you've been following the project. What I've added today was carts utility. Basically, I want to be able to see all the carts and who the user is, and that way I can do a search on it. So basically, I'm able to sort this. So I'm able to sort the carts up and down. Um, so you can see where I'm flipping them, the carts. And then I'm also in this grid, I'm putting a search criteria in it where I can do a filter and actually sort by, let's just say I'm looking for area, ARIA. You'll see where it'll bring in everybody with area. So that's two parts on the actual main cart utility. I'm not sure why I'm not showing my date here. I'm gonna have to go back and get the date and get the total amount. But so let's say you were to come back down through here and actually select a cart. And once again, that cart comes up for that item. It'll give you the price, the quantity, the extent of the price out, and then give you the discount. And it should give you the total amounts down here. So, and the way we're doing that is we're making two different calls. We're calling the, let's look here. So this is carts one. Let's go ahead and go look at carts one real quick. So if I were to come back into carts, so this is cart one. And so we're using a charger, and it's 32,000 for the charger, and then if there's three of them, that's 98,000. So the data coming in when I make that call to the API is I'm just passing carts. So let's go look back at that real quick here. Carts by grid, and we can look up, and then of course, so this is the first grab. This is where I'm grabbing all the carts, and I'm pulling back 100 of them, which there's only 50 out there. And then the second part here, let's go look at Axios. Let me find my Axios. Okay. Okay, this is just pulling back the carts. Okay. And then he's pulling back the user information. So these are my Axios calls, bringing back that data. Let me see if there's another one that I put in here. Okay, and then in the details, when the detail pops up, let's find my Axios in here. Okay, so this is where I'm going doing the carts and then the cart ID. And so this is what matches up with this data right here. Carts, and we're passing one, so that's where we get the charger and the other couple of items coming back from that. So let's come back over here. Oops, get rid of that. I didn't want to do that. Let me respin this back up again. Go into users. Okay, let's go into cart one. And so let's go look at the code about this and the actual detail here. So the carts detail is I'm bringing back the actual carts by one, and I'm also bringing back user information for it. Right here is where I take the actual carts data coming back, and I'm going to go ahead and create a constant for each one of those. So I'm bringing back the quantity, price, and total, and then of course the discount. So these are the four main pieces of information coming back. And then I'm going to basically return it so that way I can kind of display it. I am going to start going ahead and calculating the bottom part of that. So if you notice down here at the bottom, this is where I'm going to do my calculations on the total amount of discount and then the total line total on that. So when I come back into here, this is where I do that return and bring those numbers back. And this is where I do the calculations. So every time I'm looping through each of the items, I am actually doing an aggregation on those total numbers. So I keep on bringing those back. So here in the actual, once again, I'm using Material UI Grid. So I'm creating a column called Product Columns, and this is where I'm bringing those back. And now I'm going to create basically a link. So in that, there's two columns with links in it. So the first one, in that second one, is I'm actually going to make a call. I'm going to route to my local area for products, and then that's just for the ID. So let's go look at my solutions under products and the ID. So it's under product and ID. And then the second one, yep, I'm bringing in price. So, and then the total discount. So I'm calculating this out and I'm making the column names for it. And then here I'm doing the, right at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and do a total footer. So that way I can kind of add everything up and display it at the bottom. So this is where this is at the totals at the bottom here. So that's basically what's on this detailed page. So when I'm checking this in, obviously it's going to be out there. So let's just add carts by user grids, grid utility.jsx, and carts detail.jsx. Okay, let me go ahead and check this in real quick. So let's do a commit all. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Carts by user grid utility.jsx. And so let's go ahead and do a push and get that up into the code on GitHub. And once again, like all my projects here, this one here, every time I'm creating it, I am continuing to update it out there in the GitHub, which is free. So let's go ahead and pull this back. Okay, so this is Northwind. Let me come back up in here and look for Vite. So let me see. Let me look at all of these here. Which is the latest one? Okay, here's the one that I just pushed up. So in here, if you go out to this location, GitHub, Hello Engine, Vite React API 001, you'll notice that, let's see, what did I just commit in here? If I look at the source and then look at the components, see what's in here. Source, pages, and then users. Hang on here, why is that not being committed up? Oh, okay, it's still thinking. Okay, so let me get this up there. So let me get back over to my GitHub. Where's my GitHub at? Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, now here are the carts by users. So let's just see what should have been added back in users. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, 41 seconds ago we just did it. Let's do a compare and do a pull request. So we bring that in. Okay, update. Merge pull request. Confirm merge. So this is where I'm bringing in both of those. I'm going to confirm this merge here. So added cart, so that's getting with merged up. Okay. Alright, now I should be, okay, so I committed into master from 2508 products. So now let's go look at it again, and I should have the latest code out there. Let me see. Repositories, and then we find my Byte one. Okay, here we go. So yeah, go pull this code down, and you can do a rebuild on your local, and you should be able to see all of the products in that. So this is the latest 3 minutes ago. So this should be out in the source. So this should be the code here. So once again, the key parts to this. Once again, I'm not going to go try to explain everything because I spent so much time writing it. I'll probably just confuse you. The best thing to do is just pull the code down and just build it and just kind of look through exactly what I did. And once again, these are the 2 new files brought in, and you should be able to see what changes I made. And if you want to, what I would suggest too is going out there and actually making certain changes in the actual page, and then see how it pops up on the screen. So anyway, that's all for today. So good coding.